Western Kentucky. This is WYNT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Emily Bennett. With snow showers now coming down in the mountains, we are expecting slick and below freezing conditions tonight and into tomorrow morning. Let's go over to meteorologist Brooke Marshall for more details. Brooke?
Yeah, like Emily said, we are seeing those snow showers now here in the mountains. Those higher elevations even already starting to see some of this snow stick. You can see that here at Pine Mountain, US 119, a little bit of accumulation there. Even on the roads, it's starting to get on. So definitely could see some slick conditions in those higher elevations. Be careful if you're on the roadways tonight, as some snow is starting to stick to the roads. All of us, though, not quite seeing that snow. If you're in those lower elevations, that snow is just kind of melting once it gets to the ground, but still seeing some slick spots, so definitely be careful no matter where you are on the roads tonight. And here you can see where these rain showers earlier today transitioned from rain to snow about 8 o'clock today. Now really just dealing with these snow showers as we head into tonight, with temperatures dropping so cold. I mean, a lot of us already starting to get below freezing, and if you're not there, you are going to be there soon. So keep that WYMT weather app handy as you go throughout the night tonight and into tomorrow, and really Friday and the next couple of days, because we could be seeing a couple of these snow showers even into Friday, and I'll tell you more about that in just a little bit. But tomorrow looking a little bit better by the time we get to the afternoon. Dry conditions once again, but I'll let you know more about that snow on Friday, and then a warm up that's coming towards the end of the week in just a bit. Emily?
Thank you, Brooke. Now, concern continues to rise as the number of coronavirus cases increase. Kentucky officials are taking precautionary steps. As of now, the coronavirus is not making a big impact on the U.S., but for adoptive parents, it's taking a massive toll. Travel bans are stopping parents from being able to pick up their children. Today, I spoke to a woman who has a friend who's going through this pain. The adoption process is a mystery to most, but everyone knows it's a lengthy process.
From the time that we started our home study until we had her in our arms was 15 months.
Bethany Thompson is a teacher from Pikeville. She has adopted 2 children from China.
I thought it was so funny. It's always been in my heart to adopt.
Adoption has many steps, starting with a home study before turning that study over to an agency who then turns it over to the country you are adopting from.
You've got the U.S. government, the Chinese government involved in the process, and it just takes time. The final step is getting travel approval.
Thompson says adoptive families stick together, creating a lifelong bond.
And I certainly have had that support, and I try to provide it also.
Now providing that support to a family.
She has a little girl waiting on her
who cannot travel to China to pick up their baby girl because of the coronavirus.
I cannot imagine the hurt and the worry.
They plan to leave March 6th, but now they do not know when they can see her.
On top of the normal wait that you have, she now has these unanswered questions about when she will get to go.
Waiting for more than 1 year, and now no end in sight. Now, we could not talk to that family because they fear this report could further endanger their chances for adoption. It just goes to show how touch and go this process can be. Since 1999, Americans have adopted more than 81,000 Chinese children. Nearly 1,500 of those children were adopted in 2018. Meanwhile, President Donald Trump announced a point person for his administration's response to the growing global coronavirus outbreak. Vice President Mike Pence will head federal efforts to stall the virus's outbreak. There are now more than 80,000 cases worldwide, including the first confirmed case in South America. Federal health officials say while the outbreak is currently contained in the United States, we should be prepared for a pandemic. Now, investigators in North Carolina have come back empty-handed after searching for a month for a missing 15-month-old girl from Tennessee. They say the search for Evelyn Boswell was inconclusive. The little girl went missing in Sullivan County, Tennessee in December, but her disappearance was only reported last week. The toddler's mother, Megan Boswell, was arrested Tuesday, charged with 1 count of giving false reports to investigators. Kentucky Republicans are criticizing a photo of Governor Beshear taken at an LGBTQ rally. That's according to the Lexington Herald-Leader. The photo shows the governor standing with 4 drag queens. State Senator Philip Wheeler of Pikeville criticized Governor Beshear, saying the Democratic Party is, quote, corrupting the values of our children, unquote. A Beshear spokesman fired back at Senator Wheeling, saying, quote, attacking the governor for taking a photo with a Kentucky citizen is shameful. Now they go on to say the governor is working every day to end the hateful and divisive politics that try to pit people against each other. Now, when the news broke that Thomas and Jennifer Stacy of Floyd County were arrested on charges including child abuse, the community was shocked. The church where Thomas served as pastor quickly removed his name from its sign, and the company that employed the couple terminated them. Representatives with Mountain Comprehensive Care Center say the Stacys were great employees, and they never would have expected to hear the news of their indictment with crimes that oppose everything the company stands for.
We make sure that we do the right thing by not only the clients that we serve, but by our employees, by the programs that we have.
Baldridge says the children in the Stacy home were not placed or adopted through Mountain Comprehensive Care. The largest bank in the United States says it will no longer give out loans to the coal industry. LP Morgan Chase says it won't provide financing to develop any coal-fired power plants or refinance existing ones unless they utilize carbon capture technology. The move towards cleaner energy comes as another huge bank, Goldman Sachs, says they will no longer fund oil and gas projects in the Arctic. Some new policies are being put in place at Fayette Mall 2 months after large disturbance involving teenagers. Back in December, police say there was a disorder involving 50 to 75 teenagers in the food court. Starting on March 20th, the mall will require anyone under the age of 18 to be accompanied by an adult on Fridays and Saturdays after 4 p.m. The mall also has added new exterior and interior security cameras. Police in Corbin need help in identifying a truck they believe to be connected to a car break-in. Student Samantha Jordan was at the Workout Anytime Gym in Corbin last Tuesday. When she came outside, she found her purse and wristlet had been stolen from her car, where the window had been busted out. On surveillance, a gray Ford or Chevy truck is seen near the car, and police believe it is involved in the theft.
Going forward, it's just a fear of somebody watching me all the time. Like, they have my license, so they know where I live, and they have my planner now, so they know where I'm at all times.
If you have any possible leads into who broke into that car, call the Corbin Police Department at 606-528-1122. Now, there's a bird problem so bad in one area of Clay County that officials are sounding the alarm, literally. Blackbirds roosting on Courthouse Hill in the city of Manchester has aggravated people since fall. They make a lot of noise and leave behind quite the mess. Per request of the Clay County Cooperative Extensive Service, the county's ambulance service will be running their sirens for about 2 to 3 minutes at about 6 p.m. tomorrow in order to scare the birds off.
When they just start swarming in the whole neighborhood in just groves of them. They would even remind you of the Alfred Hitchcock movie, Birds. I think we have more than they ever had in their movie.
Now, the birds are typically out about 6 o'clock at night and leave in the early morning. The local health department is also helping. Now, the Hazard Independent School District rarely cancels classes, but this week school officials say sickness numbers have forced them to do just that. Citing dwindling attendance, they called off school until Friday. New at 11, WYMT's Dakota Makris spoke to the superintendent, who says it needed to be done.
Hazard Independent schools rarely calls off classes for any reason, but
we have had several students that have missed a lot of school.
Wednesday, school officials decided to close school for the rest of the week due to illness.
Attendance has been very, very low the last couple of days.
Superintendent Sandra Combs says officials noticed numbers were dropping.
And it dropped way below the 90% that we try to aim for.
Putting students' needs first.
The health and wellness of our students comes number one.
Sickness is like a never-ending cycle during the winter months.
It seems like this flu season that we get a handle on it. It's like it circles back around and then we're sick again.
And using this time off to
take off a couple days, let our janitors clean all the surfaces.
Hopeful, the extended weekend will give students time to get well. In Hazard, Dakota Makris, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, you should always remember to stay home if you are sick and to practice good hand washing during cold and flu season. And remember, you can find a complete list of school closings on our website at WYMT.com. Now, a group of Jessamine County bus drivers is cramming a school bus full of supplies for flooding victims in eastern Kentucky. Bus driver Jackie Tolson saw the damage in southeastern Kentucky, and she partnered with the local nonprofit With Love from Harlan and is collecting donated non-perishable items and cleaning supplies. Tolson says Kentucky is a state where people help their neighbor when they need it. She says working with children has made her want to help out the students who are impacted.
When you see this many people that have been devastated, you know that there's kids in a lot of those homes, and you know those kids have lost everything. They haven't only lost their toys, which is very important to them, but they've lost the essentials of life.
The group will be collecting supplies until March 6th. As February soon comes to a close, American Heart Month is wrapping up, but people at the ARH Cardiac Rehab continue to strive for better heart health. Now, there's 2 phases for patients. Marcina Evans is a registered nurse in the rehab, and she sees how it can help people firsthand.
So from personal experience, my husband had open heart surgery, and he did this cardiac rehab program. It helped him tremendously, really it did.
Patients can visit Cardiac Rehab every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Across the mountains, district basketball tournaments are heating up. Monday in Harlan County, the Lady Black Bears took the Lady Green Dragons. Leading the way for Harlan County was sophomore Jalen Preston, who just the day before suddenly lost her mother. Those who knew Donna Zunda Preston says Jalen played just like her mom, and head coach Debbie Green agrees.
She was just a diehard fan, and it just come out. Donna would have been like, "You get to practice." That is, that's what she would have said. She'll be at practice, and so I think that Jalen knew that she needs to be at practice, and she needs to get ready for a big rival game on Monday night.
Harlan County beat rival Harlan 73-65. Preston was the leading scorer. Coming up at 11, meet the man who traveled to Kentucky to battle snakebite deaths in his country, what he's learning here in the Commonwealth.
And winter is not over yet. I'll have more details on the snow and cold temperatures coming up.